I'm sitting here. I don't want to cry, but I feel like the tears are going to start rolling. But I just got an email from a manager telling me to come into the office tomorrow and bring all my government issue equipment. So I'm thinking that they laid me off. I've been working with the IRS for a couple months now, and I just don't understand how this is legal. I have a daughter, I have responsibilities, I have bills, and he just comes and lays people off. How does he sleep at night knowing that he's taking income away from so many families?
Yeah, so guys, this is what the White House has to say, and essentially they're sorry, not sorry.
Nobody wants to talk about the economy?
Yeah,
sure. IRS? Okay, go ahead.
This would be for either one of you. So we reported, several other outlets have reported that about 3,500 people are due to be lose their jobs at the IRS by the end of the week. If the goal of these spending cuts across the federal government has been to reduce the debt, why impose some of the deepest cuts we've seen so far at the agency responsible for raising revenue for the federal government?
Well, I think our objective is to make sure that the employees that we pay are being productive and effective. And there are many, more than 100,000 people working to collect taxes, and not all of them are fully occupied. And the Treasury Secretary is studying the matter and feels like 3,500 is a small number, and probably can get bigger, especially as we improve the IT at the IRS. And so I think that it's absolutely something that is on the table for good reasons. And the point is that don't just talk about the IRS, talk about all of government. That there are so many places. I live in D.C. You maybe live in D.C. where nobody's going to the buildings. People aren't commuting because nobody's doing their job. We look back and we see that there are all these people doing 2 jobs while they're getting a government payroll on the payroll. So the point is we're fixing that, and the IRS is a small part of that picture.
So essentially that's what he's saying, is that they're sorry, not sorry, in short. So yeah, F you guys and your jobs, I guess. You're not productive, you're not coming into the office. And essentially he's saying that it's a performance-related issue. What do you guys have to say about that? Do you call BS on that? Not? Do you think this gentleman speaking here actually works from the office 5 days a week? Yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that these guys are actually living in reality, or are they just speaking from their ivory towers on behalf of the rest of us peasants and serfs? Yeah, let me know down in the comments below. It is absurd, eh? And just to go back to what the first girl said, she said this should be illegal. I don't agree with that. I think people in the private sector, they've been getting laid off. While I sympathize with that, it happened to me as well. Like, I got laid off from my very first job right out of university. It happened to most of us, like, in the private sector. So I think it should be fair, right? Like, federal employees should not be exempt from performance-related layoffs. However, I doubt that so many federal employees were just all unproductive. He did mention something about the computers, getting better with the computers.
And probably can get bigger, especially as we improve the IT.
I think he's implying AI here. So it's about to get worse. Customer service, when you call the government, you thought it was bad now. It's about to get a whole lot worse. Whenever you're not even able to get a hold of a human being anymore, it's just going to be automated messages. So I don't think I like this at all. Yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you like what they're doing? Do you think this is in line with what anybody would have been hoping for their government? Let me know down in the comments below.
Hello. I was a federal worker who had 1 month left of her probationary period, and today I was told that I will be terminated at some point this week. I'm utterly devastated. I'm confused because my recent performance evaluation was exceptional and I got upwards of $1,500 as a bonus because my performance was so good. And this was my dream job, and it's just being taken away by an administration who doesn't care about science. It doesn't care about people who might be homeless with their dog now. They don't care about our species that we're trying to conserve. That's exactly what my job was doing. It was just to assess habitat conservation for species for a 55-year habitat conservation plan. We should all be so mad right now. We should all be crying like this because I'm just devastated.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get banned for this, right, guys? But they're cutting all of all these federal jobs. But then, how much do they give out to like countries like Ukraine and now, which shall not be mentioned, right? I'm not gonna say the name because we're still a new channel here. But y'all know what I mean, right? Like, how much money do they give to all these guys? And then they're letting go of their own citizens while claiming America first. Controversial. Y'all hit up the comment section, light it up, put your opinions. I always love to hear from you guys. So just put your opinions and your thoughts down there. Are you or are you not for what is going on with the federal workers? I personally am not for it. I think nobody should have to go through this. Although if you're performing poorly at your job, then that's a different story. But if you're actually doing your job, then I think this shouldn't be happening, especially for those who didn't even vote MAGA, right? So now they're dealing with all these harsh consequences. And I sympathize with them, to be honest. I've been here before. I've been that guy, laid off, not knowing how you're going to pay your next bill. Thankfully, I had loving parents that were able to help me in my time of need. But not everybody is so lucky to have such a strong support system. So honestly, my thoughts and my prayers are out with everyone. I hope that this girl, she's able to have a massive following on her social media and she takes off from there where she doesn't need her government job anymore. So really, thoughts and prayers with every one of us in these tough times.
I'm unemployed, I have a ton of debt, and I'm also losing my health insurance.
Did it ever cross your mind that you could be fired in a second?
That part actually never crossed my mind.
Did your supervisor give you a reason for why?
Yeah, you see, like I never agreed with that, like how like once you get into the government then you can never be let go of again. I think that is asking to get abused, right? Because then people just want to get in there and then start to relax and take it easy. And they shouldn't be taking it easy on the taxpayers' dime, right? Having a government job should be a privilege. You should be happy to serve, right? They're civil servants. They should be serving, not just coasting.
You were getting fired?
They made it clear that I was not being terminated because of anything that I had done.
An HHS official sent Sandlin a letter saying your performance has not been adequate to justify further employment at the agency.
When I got it really upset me because it felt like it wasn't truthful. My boss, her boss, and even his boss all said that that was not true.
Our CBS News data team found that at the Veterans Health Administration, which implements the health care program for vets, probationary workers account for 30% of the staff. At the Department of Agriculture, it's 19% of the branch that performs food safety inspections. When it comes to air safety, about 1/3 of the TSA may be impacted. So far, 2,000 probationary workers at NIH have lost their jobs.
What does the public stand to lose with these widespread layoffs?
We are important and we do important work. We're impactful, and if you have questions or concerns about federal workers, ask one.
Did anybody pick up that last part there? Very important. What does the public stand to lose from these job cuts? And she kind of sidesteps the question and says, if you have any question, ask a federal worker. Well, I believe as an NIH worker, you're a federal worker, and she just asked you and she couldn't answer that. So really, what does the public stand to lose? I'm not here to say that they, like the NIH workers or like the IRS, that they weren't doing their work. I'm not saying that, but it just sounds like as if she couldn't answer that right on this interview, which is fine, right? She's probably put on the spot. And if I were put on the spot, maybe I wouldn't be able to come up with an answer either. But anyways, it sounds like even the White House, they're not sympathetic about any of this. They still claim to be America first while putting out thousands upon thousands of their own citizens out of a job, especially with rising inflation amidst threats of tariffs with Canada, Mexico, China, prices of eggs and milk and bread, everything skyrocketing, unemployment skyrocketing, yet America first, right? Meanwhile, it's like, I'm in danger.
Knock it off! There's a kid back there!
I'm in danger!
Like Ralph Wiggum? Anybody? So yeah, it's crazy. I really want you guys to hit up the comment section. Let me know. Are you or are you not for this? Do you believe that this is in line with America First policies? Hit up the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. But this has been your video. I have been your host. Be sure to smash the like, smash the subscribe, and until next time, peace!